that is a very dark part of history that Toronto does have, unfortunately. But somehow we really evolved over time and actually got rid of all of our dark parts of history and became good. Now the good part of this kind of history is that Toronto is known as the most accepting and most welcoming city and everyone's communities. And we are actually known to have a lot of bylaws and now we might have a lot of laws by the past, but we are seeing that evolve over time as more confidence. Now in front of us we have a street called Young Street. And this street we're actually going to bypass it to go straight up to our Queen's Park. But Young Street is actually one of the longest streets in the world. And we were going to the longest until we actually lost it to the time. That is because Young Street actually goes up to Highway 11 to the west side. And unfortunately the project on our freeway still has a big separation. Now this is the longest street in Canada, which is still in the old country that we're looking at. Now, it's stated that it does take 6 days by car to go from the end of Young Street to the very top of the street itself. And that is because it does go to one of our American Canadian borders here. Now, it's also stated that Young Street was named after Sir George Young, who was a British secretary of war who settled onto the town in the early 1900s. Now, Toronto does have the knack of actually being able to shoot signs after putting it in the window, after it's or after it's pointing at people, then we'll do it them on the picture. Now, coming up to the back, I'm going to actually look at the time out of our license of the now, the building coming up on your left will be the palace because of its color. It does look like a palace itself. Now, unfortunately, that palace does have a lot of dark history to it because of 10.5 years of its own building was created by prisoners from our prison. So in the past, in the early 18 and 1900s, we did use some prisoners to unfortunately build our buildings, which created a lot of problems. But nowadays, we do have a lot of respect for our teachers, so we do have a lot more stuff and respect that we do not have. Now, also, for us, our Queen's Park on the other side, where the legend of the on the other side of Queen's Park is our University of Toronto. So if you're standing straight in front of you, you can actually see straight into the building of the University. Now we're actually going to turn on Queen's Park Crescent East, and on your left-hand side will be our legend of the building that has a bit of dark history. And also coming up to the left-hand side is a Queen's Park. Now this park was actually under Queen Victoria. So Canada has a colonial past, and we're still part of the Commonwealth. And we do want to name our buildings street signs or parks after the British royal family, which was still put there. Now, Queen's Park did open in the early 1800s, and when we would open it, we remember it opened in like 500. Oh my god, sorry, freeze. I'm super nervous, so I apologize for my screaming. That has never happened to me before. Queen's Park is also known to have six other protected trees. And Canada does have 10 provinces and 3 territories. And each of the provinces does have there's 3 types of trees coming up. Thank you.
I touched it.
Like I said, Toronto is a bit dangerous. by listening to me if you can. Do pay attention to the surroundings. Because if I'm looking at you, I cannot see it. Also, if I do get hit first, you're definitely going to get hit. So you won't know when a tree branches.
Oh, lovely.
Now, Queen's Park on the other side is actually known as the only one that has each of the prevented trees. So does anybody know what is known to be the tree that represents the land that we all live on here in Ontario? Does anybody want to guess?
Yeah.
No? Okay. So it is not the maple, if you're thinking of the maple. We are known as the white pine. That represents everybody's side of the tree. That can also be found in the park. Now, Queen's Park is actually known to be the newest park to have picnics or protests or festivals. And that is because of how close it is to the legislative building, which is right around the corner, as we possibly see in the board. Now, we do have a protest here because if we do want to slaughter by one of the trees, our team that does work out of the legislative building can actually hear your protest and do something about it if you feel necessary. Now, we do have a lot of festivals because the core of the so you do want the most eyes on you if you have a lot of festivals. So we do have something called Work on the Street, which is a little group of activities that where you have thousands and tens of activities and working to the board on the which I did choose. Now we are currently in the San George neighborhood, or the San George campus, also known as called at the University. Coming up, we do have the John Werber Research Park, which is known to be the second largest library we have in the United. Now, if you look at the building coming up, you might be able to see the peacock goes to the little light, or the turkey, chicken, bahao, and other such birds, because that is actually what everybody has to look at. But it was actually designed to look like a peacock. So if you're looking right in front of you, we do have the head of the peacock, whereas on the right hand side, we do have the feathers coming out of it. Now, I do have an important question for all of you. Is there any kind of bird you might be able to think of while looking at this? If there's, just shout it out. So we do have some tree branches on your right hand side, and more coming up. Does that, sorry? A turkey? Okay. It's actually quite nice that the birds I have pronounced are birds that you actually see in the video. Now, I usually ask that question because in every movie that I do add more birds onto the tree. So if it's that this is worth it, or else who knows how long the birds will live. Now, the University of Toronto does have different sports teams, and we're going to have an American football team that has the most competitive football team. This means that our American football team here at the university is the sporting as they do. But we were able to win a 18-17 against the Waterloo Rovers in the Washington District. So here in the city, we're not so good at football, unfortunately. And I've been teasing people that we're so bad at football that we're losing our own league. So there's a National Football League and there's a Canadian Football League. Now, I do want to tease back against mention that there's more American football players in our Canadian Football League than there is in Canadian football. So there's that perspective going on. And we're also going to have a hockey team where some of the hockey players are named to play for a competition. To play in the National Hockey League here on the continent. Now, our Maple Leafs cannot always go to their field and play for the Toronto Maple Leafs and because of how we have their own games away from the city and in their own league. So our Maple Leafs do come to the closest school that has a team, which is usually the University of Toronto. Now, speaking of those sports, on your right side, we have the University of Toronto, which has an 11-side school that not only distributes their teams, but also locals part of the Toronto Surf Club, as a Toronto Wesleyan Club, and some of the also the now we're actually going to Scenario Avenue, and the previous city festival is like this is probably the most dangerous road in the tour because we do have a lot of trees. Thank you, Novi. I can tell you that this is actually where I got lost. And ended up watch out as you go down this road. Now, Spadina Avenue will take you into our Chinatown, but this area is all of the university area. Now, this university is actually known to be the #1 university in the country. But they are also in competition with the University of Vancouver as well as McGill University. Now,
There's a whole bunch of rambles.
we do look at the world rankings that they have, but we also look at factors like and how good it is for students. We also look at building the we look at programs offered, things that we use, and now when it comes to progress, this university is actually based on 280 programs that students can choose in their undergraduate and graduate degree. And they are also looking at so they are considered to be one of the now the University of Toronto does have a lot of old brick buildings that can actually tell you how old this university is. It's built in 1832, so this is considered to be one of the older universities we have here in the country, but not the oldest. Now if you're curious to know what is the oldest
It's the 360 restaurant. We went to it yesterday. The best steak ever.
now in the Francophone district is actually known to be Laval University. But this is supposed to be one of the oldest. Now unfortunately it is a very stressful school, especially for students that do not have cheap tuition students that can fund. That is because this university does have a policy that recommends
And I swear to God, I know even better one.
have the credit within the cost for you to do it.
Yeah.
Now unfortunately
You thought. You thought.
now a lot
Wait,
of
how come it's how come it's wider here, but not as wide on the phone?
And right now now Chinatown is known to be one of the largest neighborhoods we have.
Oh, because you're doing that.
And Toronto
You're touching the buttons at the same time. No, not down volume. You were touching the volume down and volume up at the same time.
You didn't know that?
and
Yes,
unfortunately
I did.
Yeah, now you know.
does have
You thought.
and that is because she's starting off with that. It doesn't have a lot of money.
I just saw your phone go like,
And they
bum.
were pushed back by so this is actually where the Chinese language was pushed back. Nowadays, we did somehow convert this language to a lot of them say that we are not multicultural. have the